Hi all. Right, still messing about with this new camera recording setup. I'll give you a brief uh, explanation of what went wrong. I installed that Filmic Pro, um, and I think the results look like they're better. The sound seems to come through clearer as well. I like it. The one thing I don't like is the zoom. I've been trying to mess with that, but I think I'm just going to have to get used to it. But the biggest problem I had was it cut the videos into chunks of like 15 minutes. And I was baffled by this because it's got a pause and it's supposed to stitch them all together. And that's what I've done on my iPhone. So, bit of research, then I find out that the older Android phones only limited you to a 4 gigabyte video clip. That's as much as you could have. However, they've since done away with that. But this is a Hawaii phone that I've got, and because of the carry on they had, I don't think they have the most up to date Android operating system. So, yeah. Whether that'll get upgraded or not, which is a real annoyance. It really is. Anyway, I know I'm not going to go right into it any more than that. What I've tried to do, I've set the settings on economic here so that it'll give me a better video length. Because that's the reason that the last video that I uploaded had the sort of gaps. I mean, I suppose it wasn't that big a deal, but it's not very nice. And I could have maybe tried to cut them better, but that's not what I want to do. I want to record whatever I want to record, look it back, and if I need to edit, yeah. But if I don't need to edit it, just like I don't want to have to patch all bits together. Eh? So I'm going to try this episode in the economic mode. It's still 1080 resolution, but it's economic, so I think I can get a bigger file size. But whether the quality of things look poorer. So, but what I'll do is I'll do this raid in that, and we'll see. And if it's terrible when I watch it back, then you probably won't see this. But if it looks okay to me, I'll maybe just upload it, and then we can see from there. There was an in-between option, standard. The one I'd used originally was Filmic Quality, it is, and that's the sort of it sets you on that default. So I figured I would just stick with that one, but obviously it's taken up, the file size is too big. So when I looked at standard, it wasn't that much better, whereas I think the economic one, I'll be able to record for quite some time before it causes me troubles. So, okay, that's 3 minutes of telling you what my issues are. And like I say, well, as for the zoom, I think I'm just going to have to get used to it. I can manage it going in. I think it's just coming out again. That's the problem. Okay, so we're back to the RAID selection and deployment, step 9, and Stuka Joe's sequence of play cards. So let's get the next raid down. Okay, so this is our next raid on Biggin Hill again. And and there's a quick look at the map. I think right. I keep going on a bit. It's just awfully jumpy. Maybe I was watching it back, and I suppose it doesn't look that bad, but it kind of takes you by surprise a little bit. It seems to the zoom in bit goes alright, and then the zoom out is just right. Anyway, okay. So there's our setup. Nothing really much different than what we had before. We've got one of the Elite ME110s in there. 2 Dornies and 2 Heinkels this time, so slightly different setup with our bombers. But yeah, just the same 12 grouping, which I feel like that's going to be my sort of standard until I maybe suss out some of the things to try. I should probably look back on Martin's comments. He did give me a couple of tips. Well, I'm not quite sure I knew exactly what he was talking about, but I'm sure if I looked into what he was saying, then I could probably find out what to try out maybe. Anyway, so Right, that's that. So that's that card done, isn't it? Let's move on then. So I don't want to make this too long in case I look it back and I go, it's horrible. But I watched somebody's video comparing all the different qualities, and it was difficult to tell the difference. The other thing I thought was I could put it down to 720 rather than 1080, but I don't know if that would. I think these things I always think they're quite unnoticeable unless you're an expert in that field. But okay, Grant, get on with the game. So British detection, right? Trying to think if we're concerned about anything. No, I mean, again, all these airfields we could have done. What was it? The forward airfields, was it? But I'm not sure I like the idea of that one. So yeah. Okay, so let's roll dice. We want a nice low number. And we generally do not get an low number, and nothing changed there. A 5 again. Well, I think it was a 6 last time, wasn't it? So, what are we getting? 5. The cards OCV. Yeah, let's forget to just look at that. I should look at that and the radar nets and then jump up, right? The OCVs, well, we're clear, aren't we? This will fought 2 as well, isn't it? So we're clear, so that's a 5 on top of the 5 I've got, and then we've got 2 radar nets that are active. So that's 5 plus 5 is 10, and then another 4 for the 2 radar nets is 14. And then 12 grouping in the raid is another 4, 18. We're just leaving it exactly where it is. Very early and limited again. Okay, I suppose everything, barring the dice roll was the same, really. Well, we must have been 1 worse off there. Yeah, I think it was the 5 for the OCV. I think we only had the 4 the last time. So very early limited, so Spitfire Ace is going to try and get in on the action again. I think we managed to pluck him out of the cup about three or 4 times, I think, though. So, yeah. Okay, so next card, yeah? Yes. Raid rendezvous check. We've got 3 raids were planned for the current time segment. No, we've only got 1. No, we've got 2 raids for the current time segment. So not 3 though, which is what I was asking. Right, good. Moving on. Right, raid response. Let's look at what we've got. What is it? Well, it's very early again, so yeah, it's a big bunch again, isn't it? I mean, there is a lot of them up on the top board now, though, so yeah, 4 white losses, and they've got quite a few. Because that strategy card we used, that we were we were looking for a bit too much in the end, but it still took 4 squadrons away, and we got a good result in the end, didn't we? Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I checked my victory points. I'm on -3. I did think I had left it on. I'd nudged it from -2, but I looked and we got 1. We were on -2 and we got 1 point for the bombing, so it did take it to -3. So that was all good. What was the other thing? Oh no, I put a comment in the header about the videos being joined together. It's just, yeah, I could have messed about with it more, but I was like, oh, whatever. Right, so I'll just look at the sectors here. Right, hopefully I'll get used to it. It's just when you're zooming out, Grant, just take it a bit easier. So we need 3 from 7-11. We have none. Oh, and that's the 90.64 squadron self-preservation. If an airfield is target of raid, any squadrons from that airfield sector that you take for the pool are placed outside the cup. Right, so we don't have any from 7-11 this time. We'll put the Spitfire Ace in the cup though, so that's 1. So nothing from 7 11. There's none in 1 done. So we've got 2 from 2 11, and we do indeed have 2. So that's us up to 3. 2 from 6 11. No, just a Blenheim and 6 11. And 2 from 3 11. Yeah, this does look much better, doesn't it? We've got rid of a lot. 4 11's got a lot. There's nothing in 3 11. Are we getting 4 11? We are, but only 1. Oh, this could be good. Right, so that was 3 11. 2 from 1 11. We've got 1. This is up to 4. 2 from 5 11. We don't have again, just the Blenheim. And lastly, 1 from 4 11. They are all Hurricanes. I took the A last time. I remember saying there was 2 A's and I took the A, but is that really the right way to randomise it? I should really randomise between. Oh, turns out to be an A. Okay. So that's 5 in the cup. So only 5 this time. So that's quite nice. So we'll come back across and see. Right, I'm not going to bother try to show you that chart though. To see what we take out of the cup. 5. We roll dice here again, do we? Yeah, and then there's modifiers again. That's right, I feel like I'm doing something out of sequence here. Right, I've got a 4 for the starter roll, and then this is the one, response priority modifiers. Yeah, so we'll start with a 4. The date is the 20th, so that's a +1 for 5. Target sector is 11. Yep. That is a +1 up to 6. Primary target is an airfield, yeah, +2 up to 8. Target is deep. No, warning is very early, yeah, unfortunately, so that's up to 9. And intelligence is limited, and we have 12 grouping, so that's a +3. That's up to 12. Now, target cards yet to be resolved in the same time segment. Yeah, we do have another one. That's actually going to be pretty good. That's taking us, yeah. So that's a -1, taking us back down to 11. Because the result for 12 was a high result, whereas the result for 11 is a low result. So, and then squadrons in the pool, we've got 5. So yeah, so we're taking 2 out, whereas if it stayed at the high result, we'd be taking 1 out. So we're taking 2 out the cup. And that's going to leave 3 in against our 4 ME109s. So, right, no, we didn't get the Spitfire Ace this time. Try to do it slowly there. Look, you can do it slowly, you just not going to throw it down. Okay, this one back. 2 11, 1 11, 1 from 2 11, 1 from 1 11. So we've got the Spitfire Ace still in there. So we've got 3 still in the cup. Limited intelligence. That's right, innit? Number of grouping raid excluding channel patrol as 10, and squadrons in the pool is 3. So yeah, they are going to all respond. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so there we go. We've got 1 Hurricane, 2 Spitfires, 1 being the Ace. But the Ace isn't any different, is he? He's a 3 on the backside. Oh, the backside of the normal ones are a 2, so the backside of him's a 3. So that's the only difference. But the way he gets to add to the cup and jump back out again, I suppose there's that as well, which is quite good. Okay, so that's British Raid Response. That's that card done. Next we get Hunter Interception. Right, so the grouping are greater than the squadrons. So all squadrons are intercepted and they remain in the hunt box. Yeah, that's right. We've got 4 to their 3. And then raid approach event. Let's see what we get. Altitude advantage. British altitude advantage if any of the following apply, very early warning. And that's what we've got. So that means it'll drop down a row, won't it? Both the hunter attack and squadron attack steps. You go one below the calculated row, right? Yeah, that's right. Again, just glancing at the advanced rules, but I don't think there's anything. If the number of group in the hunt box outnumber squadrons by more than 1, well, it's just 1 again, so I think that one might click if I get it. I think I might realise. So I'll keep this card down here to remind us, and we'll move on to the next card. So this is the hunter attack. So this is where they would get a row shift. Hunter attack. Well, let's just roll the dice. Keep it low. Yeah, a one. Right, we might need that because we're going down a row. Well, nothing from the ME109s. 4, 8, 11. So 11 is the combat value. Number of grouping in the combat's 4. 4 down to 11. We're only down at row D, however, they get the advantage, so it does drop to E, but we did have a 1. So for us, this looks quite good for us. We've got A, no effect A. So we've got, I suppose they're going in reduced, but I don't think it matters now. I think it was really from the first raid that I was getting my fighters back. I think the other fighters aren't going to actually matter. I could be wrong. So the A's are going to go in flight reduced, and the C's are going to go in flight reduced. Oh, that's a pity. There was 2 C's. Okay. And the B is no effect. So, full grouping, no effect. He goes to close escort. So, just in case we need time, he pops up to the close escort box. So, that's good. And then the 3 squadrons. Now, they've got an L in here somewhere. I bet it's the B result. Oh, it's not. We've got L, D, and A. So, that's a result actually, because it's a disrupt that keeps them in the bomber box. This is good. So the A's are an L, so he's a light loss for 411. And we get another point. And the 2 C's are A. 2 C's are abort for squadrons, so they're both in flight reduced. That was good. And now the Ace doesn't, does he? He just comes out again, doesn't he? Yeah, it's returned to the counter minutes after participating instead of being placed in the in-flight light loss or heavy loss box. But victory points are subtracted. Yeah, so he just comes back out. So that's nothing for the... Well, actually, I can discard that event now, because, well, we've got nothing to fight with in the squadron attack. We're just going to skip on by all that. That was good. I think that was the one that done it there, the one on the dice. Okay. So that was Hunter Attack. So moving on. Raid target event. So as long as nothing horrible goes wrong here, we should be getting some nice bombing. Hopefully. What are we? Down the bottom bit, isn't it? E to non-essential target. Oh no! We had this before, this is not good. Reduce bomb damage result by 1, and damage does not affect industry airfield or radar targets. Ah, that's harsh. So that means all we're going to get is the actual damage result, and we're going to get that less 1. And then we're not going to affect any of the... Let's see what they've got 1 in the land box. No, it's rearming it. They got some of their replacement points down again there, I think. Nah. Alright, okay, well I'll keep that down here as well, just to remind me. But yeah, it's not a very good one, that. Especially when we're home free, we've got all our bombers just waiting to bomb. So yeah, because we've got a good chance of an H result, you would think, this time. And now it's going to do nothing. Yeah. Damage does not affect industry, airfield, or radar. Right, never mind. Okay, right, squadron interception's not happening. And then squadron attack's not happening because there's no squadrons. So, our bombardment is, but we've been kind of let down a bit. But, oh well. Right, hang on, no, did I skip by... Did I not get the close escort guys down? So sorry, I'll jump back a little bit to this card. If no squadrons in bomber box, move all grouping in CE box to bomber box. They become strafers. Well, that's the one. So, and we got an extra one in there too, didn't we? And we're getting a column shift. Or is it 2 column shifts you get? No bombers intercepted. Shift 2 columns to the right. Oh, that event's just going to mess it right up. Right, I'll roll the dice. And we've got a 4, which is good. So, so what we got strength-wise. Now, the strafers penalty. Did they get a penalty? No, because it's an airfield. So we've got 4, 8, 18, 20, 22, 23, 23 bombing strength. And we rolled a 4. 23 bombing strength is here. However, because we've got no bombers were intercepted, we've got a 2 column shift to the right. We're in this column here. We've got a 4. We're getting an H. Well, we're not getting an H, which is annoying because we might have been able to get the... So, so that's an H. Heavy damage. So it's 3 damage points and subtract 3 victory points. Airfield and industry targets may incur more than 3 damage points on an H result. See, I think none of that happens, does it? Because it says damage does not affect. Yeah. So all we're doing is we're getting 3 damage points, getting 3 victory points, but however the event also says that we lose one of them. So we only get 2 victory points. That could have been so much better, I think. We're down to -6. I can chuck that event now. Nah. Right, and then all our grouping move over to the in-flight box now. Yeah, that was a shame. However, we didn't get any losses ourselves, so there is that, you know. I mean, I think the that first round I had when you take the white losses, that's when you feel it. Eh? So move all group in-flight bots to their air bases or to the clock per the German recovery schedule. So yeah, I'll get these guys on move. There's 3 reduced, and then these are not, and then the bombers will go back. But I get the feeling, because our last raid's at 1400. Yeah, we're not going to see these guys again anyway. Oh, no, that's fine. Right, okay. I'll just put them back in the clock and their bases. Yeah, there was some more that went in the 1400 box actually, and then these 3 went in 1600. But I'm pretty sure we're going to be placing our fighters before 1400. Yeah, we will be. 10, 12. Yeah, I'll be doing it at the 12 o'clock time, which will get these guys, yeah. And that's fine, because I didn't actually use them all this time. Okay, back to the next card then. Well, that went pretty quick, didn't it? Yeah. So, clock check. So we flip this card. Oh, we do have another. Yeah, we're not moving the clock yet, are we? We do have another card for this time segment. I suppose I could just push on that, could I? Nah, I'd rather. So if there are any face-up target cards remain in the current time segment, return to step 9. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, because we do have another raid, and this is the one that's got that major raid as well. That should have been a minor raid. So back to step 9, and I think I will just cut it there though. I'm not sure I've got that much more time left anyway, so that was just a wee quickie there. But all going well, I'll join this on with that other raid, and it'll make it because it's only 27 minutes or something. But I'll maybe just look back on this video footage just to make sure it's not awful looking. Okay, I'll be back soon, guys. Cheers.